I've just come from a breakfast meeting where we were hearing the story of a woman who's committed a life to helping people through nursing, through care homes, through giving her time to support people, working through the NHS and outside the NHS, who in her later years developed cancer, unfortunately, that was not detected. And in her terminal illness now, she's feeling very let down. It's a tragedy. And I do feel it's important that we should not skip over these sorts of things, but learn from what's going on. This is a tragedy of the breakdown of the NHS. There are lots of reasons for it. It's been going on over 20 years. I was working in the NHS 20 years ago. I've been out of it for 20 years, leading a charity now to help prevent mental illness and socially disruptive behaviour rather than treat it as it arises. And it's successfully spreading internationally. So I think I've got something to share with you. And it's something relevant to what's happened to this lady. And this is only one of many, many examples. I hear so often people waiting between 12 and 20 hours in casualty units and so on. People can't get appointments with their GPs. We were at a CPD meeting for emotional logic recently. Someone was doing an exercise on safe places, getting people to move across the room to safe place, or this feels unsafe, or not sure, or this feels safe. When she mentioned, certain places that could be safe places for us, going for a walk, having a cup of tea, making a note, and so on. And then she said, "Doctor." Everybody went to the unsafe corner. I was shocked. The breakdown of respect for doctors, but maybe more widely of healthcare professions, is absolutely terrible. And healthcare cannot be just patched together. By some sort of simple fix of pumping more money in. There's an attitudinal shift that I've watched it happening. I knew it was happening 25 years ago when it all came out. Information was coming out about let's modernise the NHS. And basically what's happened, and this is the key point of what I want to say, the NHS used to be based on human relationships. It was a system that put doctors and patients in contact with each other with a personal relationship that did not depend on money. That went on in the background. And then the whole thing has shifted now so that managers have got in more and more in order to bring about financial efficiency. So now doctors are ruled by managers, and they are ruled from central government. And the central government is ruled from the World Bank on promoting health things. They set criteria that people have to meet. So the money is focused on abstract criteria. The whole health system of the country has shifted from person-focused into information and efficiency-focused. It's information-focused. That means that when you do hear good stories about somebody who phones up with appendicitis, and they get routed through quickly after a video consultation, it isn't the personal connection. That person wouldn't have known the doctor. They wouldn't have known anything. It's information transfer that the whole healthcare system of this country has moved to an information-based system, and people are knocked around in it like billiard balls or balls on a board, a bagatelle board. People are no longer central, and that's the mistake. Until the healthcare system becomes once again based on a person focus, building that relationship, understanding what the wholeness of the person is, and that physical health or mental health is one feature, one angle on the wholeness of the person. When that gets lost from it and it becomes an informational transfer system, people will find that their problems build up, their anxieties, their doubt, their lack of trust. No amount of money will fix that. What is needed is to somehow change the whole focus of the training and continuous professional development of healthcare staff, but also attitudinal shifts in the population. It's a relationship. It's your healthcare system. So treat it with respect, and they will treat you with respect, I hope. But at the moment, they don't, because it's an information-based system. Don't blame the doctors. They are being ruled by rules. and information transfer. They're ruled by their computers. The computer programs are updated, and that changes the way doctors behave. And doctors have to constantly relearn how to behave because of the computer programs. It's true, I've been in it. I couldn't cope with it. I left it 20 years ago. I had a breakdown, I don't mind saying it. I couldn't cope with that shift from person focus to information focus. And now, through looking at people's emotional dynamics and how those are there to build relationships when there's doubt and uncertainty, by learning to understand your emotions in a different way, you can build that relational base again. And that's what the healthcare systems needs, to bring that emotional understanding in with all the technical stuff. And there is some brilliant stuff happening. I'm totally impressed with what can happen in the scientific and high technology medicine, as well as the basic primary care, where you need to have that personal connection. Does the patient feel heard? Do they feel understood? Have they been respected? Have they been made to feel ashamed? Are they just rejected and treated like a lump of matter? Yes, they are at the moment, and that's got to change. So, you want to join a revolution? We're starting a social revolution. Understanding your emotions will build stronger social connection, and that is what is needed to build the wholeness of health.